So you hold that one, man, since you jumped the gun. It's all right, it's all right. Everybody seems to be in a rush when I do these joints. I was like, yo, hold on a second, man. Slow down. Tommy, listen, man, I want to welcome you to Over a Drink, brother. Thank you for coming out, man. Give me a couple minutes of your time, man.
I'm humbled you asked.
Hey, man, you're a good dude, man. I like to hang out with good people, Tommy. We're gonna sip on some Woodford Reserve, man. You bought some good shit, Tommy.
It's double oaked. First time I bought it, I thought it said double baked. And I'm like, what?
You good?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that.
Put a little bit in mine.
Yes, sir. Now, are you getting some of that? Do you ever do bourbon?
Yeah. And then this summer, I transitioned to tequila.
Dirty brown water.
Because that brown liquor was making me act a fool sometimes.
It does.
People look at you funny when you order brown liquor in the summertime. They're like,
Really?
this motherfucker's a problem. Brown liquor.
Keep an eye on this guy.
Yeah, it's 95 degrees outside. He ordered a Hennessy and ginger ale. Yeah, watch it. I'm gonna widen the shot just a little bit. Yeah, just
dip to black.
Yeah, that's all. You know.
Come back from black.
Yeah, well, this is if you watch the Dave Eitzen one, he calls me out for it.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's like,
too many fades?
He's like, yo, put a white flash there. Like, shut up, Dave.
Dude, that's for me to decide, not you. That's the artist's version.
Yeah, like he stumbled on something. I said, don't worry about it, mate. So yeah, white flash. Like, white flash, Dave.
White flash.
Friggin' jerk. Yes.
That's pretty funny. So, all right.
So guys, how we meet, man?
We were at the Pope, and I think you and I were getting off the clock. I remember us both saying like, man, I'm not gonna stick around for this. And then literally, we're both like, all right, let's just hang out and see what happens. Yeah. And in the distance, you could hear on Market Street just the roar coming down Market. It was like, rah, and it was getting closer.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I'm hanging out. Let's do this.
See it,
let's go. And he came right by. And I'm not starstruck. Other guys have said this.
Correct.
But I will tell you, when you see the Pope from here to, another 15, 20 feet away, it is something. He might even have sent me one of these. I'm not really sure.
Well, he was throwing them out.
Yeah, he was throwing them out.
He was just throwing them out all up and down Market Street.
He wasn't kissing the baby's forehead on me or anything.
Nah. I've mentioned this in a couple of them, man. Like, our job gives us such great opportunities and access to things that so many people, like I said, man, will give up a right leg sometimes. You know what I mean? To be in some of the spaces we get in.
Yeah.
And it's work, so you don't really, in the moment, sometimes you don't really absorb how fortunate you are. But when you stop and you think about it, you're like, what? I was 20 feet from the Pope.
And you're taking pictures and video and stuff to save it and savor it a little bit. The access is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Was it Sandy or the one before Sandy? Because I got stranded in LA for Sandy and I just got here for the aftermath.
No way.
Yeah, they was calling me, dude. They was pissed. I went to LA for.
What were you gonna do?
I was like, dude, there's no flights. They were like, what? How do you know? You supposed to fly out tomorrow?
Who's the big winner, huh? So you weren't around for any of it?
I got here, it was over when I got here. Okay. So I was here for the cleanup. So I went down to down to Jersey Shore and I seen Sea Isle City. There was sand 8 blocks or whatever it was, 5 blocks.
It was unbelievable.
Dude, I had never seen anything like it. The devastation was crazy.
I was on the Atlantic City boardwalk and I remember Steve Keeley was probably about 200 yards behind me. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for Gilroy. And I said, where's Bowie? So I texted him. Not knowing what he was going through. So I called Keeley and I'm like, hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing? He's like, his truck's on the way to Tokyo, man. He's like, we got to get out of here. And I come to find out that Gilroy's truck was underwater in Ocean City. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So at that moment, I remember coming out of the truck, looking west out of Atlantic City. I was right by Trump. Mm-hmm. So I was right by Taj.
Yeah.
There's a garage that you pull your cars into and it was full and bubbling, and all I saw was water to the west, and I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, we need to go. Yeah. And I remember walking out, I literally went to water up to my knees, and I'm like, we're going. And when I plunged the truck down and the water came up over the dash, because we didn't know what was going to happen. It was unbelievable. And I was saying to the reporter I was with, I'm like, can you believe this? She's recording the whole thing on her iPhone, right? Looking out at the end of Steel Pier, waves were crashing over it. Okay, now, if you've ever walked out to the end of Steel Pier, dude, it's a long way down.
It's a long drop down off that pier.
These waves were coming down, crashing on top of it. And they had to be 40-foot waves, right? It was unbelievable. It was unreal. There are times when it's exciting and to do the job, but sometimes it's downright dangerous. So safety, First.
Always.
You see that, right?
I see that, man. I was gonna mention that, man.
Okay.
How you end up with a Eagles the championship ring, man?
I've been working for the Eagles part-time for about 14 years, I think. Okay. And I do the video board. So if you're ever running down the field, you're ever watching the game, you're at the stadium and you get your crazy drunk Eagle fan face. That was me.
You took that shot.
So I've been doing it for a long time. And we went through some pretty lean times.
Yeah.
I mean, it was lean times.
14 years? Yeah, you seen some bad years.
Some bad stuff. I mean, I've gotten stuff thrown at me. I've been punched.
Like, who punches the board guy?
That's what I said to the guy, too.
All I do is put up good news. It's not my fault.
I said, where do you work? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, where do you work? I said, because on Monday, I'm going to be at your job, and I'm going to punch you. And he's like, I bet. And I'm like, security, get him out, throw him out. Now, they did not give, but they did contribute to this. And they only let so many people. So there's like, I got my name on there and stuff. Were you out in Minneapolis when they won? Oh, wait, you got stuck somewhere else?
Nah, I had to leave on Friday, dude.
Did you? Oh, that's right.
I was there for the whole week leading up. And then on Friday, they was like, all right, guys, the story, win or lose, the story's back in Philly.
You know what?
And I get it.
He said for that.
I get it, but I'm like, guys, it's the friggin' Super Bowl.
You gotta have as much as you can get.
Come on, man. Like, I want to see if the confetti falls for us. I want to be there when the confetti falls.
But they didn't care that. Not about you. They wanted what's good for them. Now I was out there, and the glamour of TV. You know, the glamour of TV. I was not shooting on the field. I came down. I was in a building next door, and then you go outside, and it's literally 10 degrees below zero. I mean, not like people exaggerate.
Dude,
it was
I've
10
never
degrees
been so
below.
cold in my life. That was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
You know when you breathe and your breath goes 20 feet? That's when you know it's cold, man. And you can't even. So we came out of a building, and my breath is like, not because it stunk, because it was cold. And you went to the building. You went into the stadium, which was gorgeous. And we went down, and I watched the end of the Super Bowl in a hallway. Like literally in a hallway with a TV 30 feet from me. Sweating like a dog, carrying all this equipment. And I'm saying to myself, I'm still such an Eagles fan that I think I shed a tear.
We were on a plane coming back. It was nobody but us.
You and, what do you mean?
Like the Fox crew. It was what, 8 of us? 7?
No way.
The whole plane.
Nobody was going back. Everybody was coming this way.
When I checked in, they were like, we were waiting on you. So what are you waiting on me for? Like, we got another 45 minutes till we supposed to take off.
Right.
They said, yeah, but it's only like 20 people on this flight. So as soon as we get all 20 people checked in, we're leaving.
Beautiful. So did you get a whole row to yourself?
We got the whole damn plane to ourselves. Like it was, only other person was on the plane? Larry Krasner, the DA. The DA. Wait, why? And we had no clue who he was.
Was he the DA yet?
Yeah, he had just won.
Okay. Oh,
right?
Wow.
So we had no clue who he was, but we're joking on that, laughing at him.
Yeah.
Like, yo, why are you going back to Philly? Like, who do you work for? What sucker made you leave?
We're doing live TV on Monday after the game, right? Mm-hmm. And we were told we're invited to the whatever you call the plane hangar, where the plane is. And I walk to the hangar, and first thing I see is the Patriots plane, and it's got 5 Lombardi trophies in the back. I'm like, that's so obnoxious.
Dude.
But I'm so jealous.
Yes. Yes. You got to throw that intimidation on.
I was slightly intimidated.
You want one of these?
But we're there for the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
So I got one of those live backpacks, a DeGero on my back, right? And I'm with a reporter, and we start the broadcast. Now, we're live on television, and everything is cool. The airport's like, go ahead. And we get in there, and I see Fletcher Cox is like, he's being funny, a couple guys going up, and next thing you know, boom, hand in the lens, and I'm headed backwards, and it's live on TV, and this guy's like, you gotta get out of here, TSA rules, and I'm like, these people just let us in here. I didn't know what was going on. So after it was all said and done, I had gotten a message from our general manager, compelling live television, great job, with the hand in the face.
How long have you been doing this?
You know what, I've been at where I'm at now for the last almost 15 years, but I've been doing it since about 98.
Okay. So like 21 years you've been on this gig.
Yeah.
So what about it though was what attracted you to it?
I think I wanted to be a sports broadcaster, and then I looked in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, that's not made for TV. So I'm like, I think I should get behind the camera. And so that's when I got into it. I went to college for it. And then I think the fact that you run your own boat, and you're out and you're doing your thing, and you're the freedom of what it is that you do. You have the ability to express what you want to show out there, but by telling a truthful story.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the attraction, that you're in the mix on anything that's happening. You know, over the years, telling crazy stories. You remember Penn State? The Joe Paterno? Yeah. That week when it happened, and I just, here's what I remember. Joe Paterno's not there on that Saturday. We go to cover the game, and I'm there Saturday for the game. Just before kickoff, they bring the two teams together. We come out to midfield. There's a trainer from Nebraska. He starts preaching, and there's 100,000 people deathly quiet listening to this man. By the end of it, the entire place started clapping, and it just boom, boom. It's refreshing to meet good humans and just to do the job and get done, and then we talk about it.
And then we laugh
right?
and talk.
And put the bad stuff back here.
Correct.
And bring the good stuff out front.
And it don't matter what the story was for that
Correct.
day, man. And it wasn't until you just said that when we're on these stories and we're at these terrible scenes and in these shitty environments sometimes, it's refreshing to see your face, or to see a Ricky Harris face, or to see a Terry face, or you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you're like, yo, man.
People that know the struggle.
And at least I know I'm going to see at least one smile while I'm out here.
Yep. And you know what's sick about that? Think about that, for real. We're out on a scene where the last time I saw you on a scene was that plane crash where 3 people died, right?
Yeah.
So I see you and we're laughing.
And
but you got, we catch ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. And then you kind of got to brush it off.
Yeah.
You got to put it back there, because tomorrow's a whole new day, and it could be a new plane crash tomorrow.
We're laughing and yucking it up. And I says to myself, yo, man, I hope no one's offended by this, because I can get how someone could look at that and be like, yo, man, like, how you out here laughing and joking when a family just died in a plane crash?
Yep.
But I need those people to also understand, like, yo, man, this ain't my first plane crash. I'm sorry to put it that way, but this ain't my first plane crash. Like, it sucks that these 3 people died, but you're not the first 3 people I've covered who died.
And you know,
and the way I deal with that is what you just seen, is bumping into these guys who I haven't seen, because tragedy has brought us together again.
It's like going to a funeral. And you got to make the most of it.
And you got to make the most of it.
My day is based on how much fun we can have, but do it within a responsible fashion. You know what I mean?
Correct. And that's what it is, man. And so, you know, it's weird that by seeing you guys, like, you going away to the shoot and you pissed. Fuck, I gotta go cover another plane accident.
And that was early. That was pretty early in the morning.
And I had run around the city all day. I've been on since 3:30. So I had been on the road just driving. I'm tired. You know, and then I'm like, I'm a plane crash. I ain't gonna never get home.
Dude.
I'm gonna be out here all day. and I'm already 7 hours in.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That's a miserable call to get.
Dude.
That's a miserable call to get.
So when I get there and I see Terry and I see you and I see Ray.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, God, I'm like, damn, at least these guys, now I can, these guys have given me something to smile at.
It's like
I haven't seen them in a while.
It's like having a drink at a funeral.
I don't like to wallow in sorrow.
No.
You know what I mean? Whether it's your sorrow or my sorrow, I don't want it. Right? I don't want it. That's just who I am.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want it. So my job puts me in that all the time. So how do I deal with that is, if I'm fortunate, I'll bump into somebody I enjoy having a conversation with.
I agree.
While I'm there.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's some people you run into, you're like, I don't want to talk to him, man.
This is gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
I got these 4 people dead in this asshole.
He's trying to beat me up the street with his camera, which is doing nothing. Like, relax, will ya?
Fucking jumping over fences
like,
and shit.
stop
Like,
it.
dude, will you relax?
Just stop. Just stop. That plane's not going anywhere. Honestly.
I'll be for real this time, though, brother. I appreciate you coming out.
Thanks, sir.
I wouldn't knock the lights down, but I own them.
We're like a band. We're coming in here, we're trashing the place. Bam! Bam!